It moved the whole idea away from just protecting a so-called weaker spouse and towards a much more modern, fact-based look at who is actually financially independent.
But this case wasn't just about one couple's finances. Its impact rippled across India, and it really changed how courts would look at maintenance claims forever.
Legal experts call this a doctrinal shift, which is just a fancy way of saying it was a fundamental change in the very principles of the law. It moved the whole idea away from just protecting a so-called weaker spouse and towards a much more modern, fact-based look at who is actually financially independent.
So the legacy here is massive. It established that if you can support yourself, you just can't get temporary maintenance under this law, period. It shifted the whole focus from gender to a neutral income-based test, and it became this foundational case, cited by courts all over India, reminding judges that they have to follow the plain language of the law.
And this is a really important takeaway. This principle works both ways. The law is completely gender neutral. If a husband doesn't have enough income and his wife is the breadwinner, he has every right to claim maintenance from her using the exact same legal test. It's about who needs the money, not about who's the husband or wife.
While this case set a huge precedent, the legal debate around what sufficient really truly means, well, that conversation has kept on evolving.
But after that, other courts started asking, okay, is the income just for survival, or is it adequate for a decent life? Then, fast forward to 2021, and the Supreme Court adds another layer, saying courts should also think about the lifestyle the couple was used to during the marriage. And that kind of opened the door for someone who is earning to still get maintenance if their income alone can't support that standard of living.
And that leaves us with the big question that courts are still wrestling with today. What does sufficient income actually mean? Is it just having enough money to get by, to survive, or is it about having enough to maintain the life you've built? The answer is still being debated, and it's all built on the foundation laid by this one really fascinating case.